All right, I'm back from Albuquerque and I'm ready to get this going. So, after several requests, I'm now finally making a Alfredo dish. So, I was looking through a few recipes online. All of them are pretty basic, so I just chose whichever one ended up working out decently in my favor. So, you can see we got a good variety of stuff here. It's fairly easy looking at the instructions. For the side, I decided to have some Hawaiian sweet rolls again, just because they're good. These are the larger ones. So I like the larger ones, they're nice. And then for a side, also, I was going to make some garlic parmesan broccoli. Since we have parmesan in this dish already, it worked out good, so I can use the excess for this one. So, let's see. Guess I'll go ahead and clean everything off and get this started. The first part is very easy. The only thing we're not touching right away is the pasta itself and then the Parmesan cheese. So you can see here I have a half stick of butter cut up into little slices. We've got our block of cream cheese also cut up into little slices. That one didn't work out as well, but it's fine, I'll figure it out. For our seasonings I doubled the initial recipe because I can already tell that's not enough. So we have 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of the pepper, 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and instead of garlic powder, I'm doing minced garlic, and I'm gonna put in a little more because everything's better with more garlic. So other than that, let's go ahead and put all these together. I'm putting this in first so that the chicken does not stick to the bottom of the cooker, and it's probably gonna splash now. Or I'll just put them in by hand so that it doesn't. So this is 1 1/4 pounds of chicken. It's a little bit over, but that's fine. Now we're just throw in everything else. Of course. You get one that sticks. All right. Ears. All right. Your goal here is just to make everything slightly evenly distributed because of course these cheese blocks and the butter isn't going to melt and spread out by itself. So you might need to come back and stir it a little. But we'll see. All right, now we will put it on low for 4 hours. I'm putting it on low because, like I said in my other video, it works out a lot nicer when it has a longer time to cook. That way it can kind of distribute the heat better, and then it'll also help with melting the cold stuff and get everything just mixed together a little evenly. Everything will work out better if you take your time. Does that make sense? Yes, of course it does. Okay. I'll see you in about 4 hours. All right? All right. Don't forget, you gotta stir it. Ah! Of course, our next step, now that it's done cooking, is to shred the chicken, and then we will be adding in our pasta and the cheese and putting it back in to cook for another half hour. So let's go ahead and do this. Alakazam! Whoa! It worked. Alrighty, now for the fun part. We shall put the chicken back in. Yeah, anticlimactic, I know. So in goes that. And then in goes this. That's a lot. And so these are 1.5 cups each, so I'm going to assume that like 1.5 bags will be enough. Let me turn that back on before I forget. And now we cook it again for another half hour. So I will see you soon. And while that's going, I might as well cut up the parsley so that that's ready to go. We just use this to kind of top it at the end, but yeah, I mean, so a little bit of a problem. I had to add about 1/2 cup of water and then let it cook for another half hour over the recommended time because the pasta was supposed to be pre-cooked before putting it in. I thought this wouldn't be the case, but in the actual instructions on the website, the person who wrote them up was arguing with people in the comments section about whether or not you need to cook the pasta before actually putting it in there. And the person who wrote the recipe says, or she insists that you just put the pasta in straight out of the box and it'll cook itself fine. But in my case, the pasta absorbed all the water and then it dried it out and the pasta wasn't cooked all the way. So I had to add more water and then cook it again so that the pasta would not be like al dente inside there. So I would suggest you either add some water in before putting the pasta in or just partially pre-cook it before putting it in. But other than that, this is now finally done. It is almost 11:30 at night and I need to go to bed. But I also want to eat this because it smells really good. Oh, and because I forgot at the very beginning, our total cost for this plus the side dish and the rolls is $26.50. Sold. So here we have it, our very own chicken Alfredo. It's kind of chunky still, so it's a little bit dry because the pasta's uncooperative, but that's okay. I already sampled a little bit and it's really awesome. I can't wait to actually eat it. So the last thing, like I said earlier, we've got our chopped up parsley to add on and then the rest of the Parmesan cheese. So you can, you just put those toppings on, you make it look nice, add some garlic bread, do whatever, I don't know, do something. Yeah. Oh. And here's our final product. I'm only trying a little bit because it's bedtime, but I hope you enjoyed this. So good luck making it. Don't let the pasta bite you. Goodbye, goodbye.